It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We are talking baseball, Dodgers and Diamondbacks. The NFL is finally back, and we've got a nice little promo code for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The code is NFL20. The Dodgers, big favorites once again, still haven't been underdogs in a single game this year. They're minus 225 against the D-backs. The total is 9. We've got Luke Weaver throwing for Arizona. Actually, his last time out against the Dodgers, not too shabby. 5 1/3, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, but on the season, he's 1-6 with a 7.44 ERA. On the hill for the Dodgers, we've got Walker Buehler, who, as we all know, has some great stuff. 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA. He just faced the Diamondbacks, 5 innings, shutout, 6 strikeouts. So we've got Nick from the Insider's Room talking this matchup out west. Nick, thoughts on this one?
I mean, the money line, it's pretty much untouchable here if you're just going to play it straight. And so I'm looking at the run line, and I'm looking at the Dodgers. I think the day off on Thursday, that definitely benefits them. The Diamondbacks are in action on Monday night playing San Francisco. And then looking at the two pitchers, you brought up their recent records and the fact that they faced against each other last week. I mean, the Dodgers, they come into this at 30-12. They're well on their way to the best spot in the National League playoffs. Arizona, it's been a major disappointment. It's not going to be in the playoffs. But for Weaver, unfortunately, a date at home is just not what the doctor ordered here. And that's because he's 1-2 with an 8.25 ERA in Arizona this year. Walker Buehler, you pointed out, he's 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA. Buehler, he's been getting progressively better as the season has gone on here. After his first 4 starts, he had a 5.21 ERA, but he's posted back-to-back gems. And so I think this hard-throwing right-hander, he can continue to progress with his performance here. It definitely looks as though that pattern will follow. Last year, he was 14-4 with a 13.26 ERA, and that included a sharp 8-3 with a 3.66 ERA on the road. So, I mean, he has the experience, he has the pedigree here to continue that progression. And so for me, considering the discrepancy in form between these starting pitchers right now, and also taking into account the inconsistent play of the Diamondbacks at the plate, I'm going to lay the 1.5 runs here for the better price, as I expect Buehler to go deep and easily get the better of his, how should we say, gas can counterpart here.
Right, especially coming off an off day, coming off a series loss, which is incredibly rare for the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers just coming off a single loss. Better yet, a series loss. They're going to be nice and motivated in this one. Obviously, I would never take minus 225 on anyone, but the run line is a decent price, especially for this Dodgers lineup that has hit the most home runs in all of baseball by several runs entering Monday night. And plus, we've got a righty on the mound, so I like their lefty hitters in the lineup for the Dodgers in this one. Cody Bellinger, a good matchup for righties since he's a lefty. The only thing that worries me about Walker Buehler is home and road splits. 162 at home and a 608 away. However, a bit of a small sample size here because only 3 starts each. So that's something you really have to take into mind when we're talking about baseball. Baseball's not a small sample size sport. I think he's still a really good pitcher, and the Diamondbacks are a team that struggle on offense. Yeah, we'll have a few outlier games, but in general, they're not a team that can muster up a whole lot of runs. Bottom 4 in OBP, OPS, and slugging percentage, which are a bunch of fancy numbers for how much they get on base and how many runs they score. 3 runs or less in 5 of their last 6. So need I go on? Yeah, the Diamondbacks offense, not very good. So I think that's a good recipe for a run line bet.
Yeah, as you pointed out, Luke Weaver, he's just been terribly inconsistent, and throwing at home has not been any better for him whatsoever here. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely go with Buehler myself. I think laying the 1.5 runs and getting that really fair price, I'm expecting a big blowout here from start to finish.
Right, just a few more stats for anybody who likes playing player props like I have. D-backs hitters that hit Buehler well. Cole Calhoun, a lot of K's in there. He's a lefty, hits .333 with 2 home runs in 14 at-bats against Buehler. Ketel Marte, .353 in 17 at-bats. And Christian Walker, the Dodger killer, if you've noticed, he's hit a lot of home runs against the Dodgers. He's hit 2 off Walker Buehler. So if Buehler can limit those 3, I think it's going to be a good game for the Dodgers, especially with that lights-out bullpen that has been good most of the year. that's going to do it for our Diamondbacks and Dodgers talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff. Thanks, Nick, from the Insiders Room, for joining us.